Hi, this is Corey with King's ITS, and today I'd like to talk to you about keeping your Zoom meetings private and secure. There's been a lot of concern in the media over the last week about Zoom security. It should be noted that Zoom hasn't been hacked in the sense that most people understand that word. Rather, the issues stem from Zoom's ease of use in some of its default settings. As a video conferencing platform, Zoom is generally intuitive and provides its users with a service that most people can understand and utilize effectively. The downside is that security options, which can add complications to conducting Zoom meetings, are often not enabled by default. As a result, I thought I would create this video with some simple recommendations that you can employ to ensure that your meetings aren't infiltrated by undesirable humans. Additionally, these suggestions shouldn't overcomplicate your Zoom life. When you create a Zoom meeting, Zoom automatically generates a meeting identification number here and a join URL here. These are intended for you to distribute to your participants. If that ID number or URL becomes public, trolls can pop into your meetings and disrupt them. The best and most obvious way to guard against this is to ensure that you're not posting the link and ID number on social media or any other public space. When you create a scheduled meeting, you have the choice of using an automatically generated meeting identification number or using your personal identification number. Using the randomly generated ID number is preferable to using the personal meeting ID number that always remains the same. You'll also notice within the meeting scheduler that you can require a password for the meeting. By default, this password is embedded within the meeting's join URL, which means that those participants who join the meeting with the URL will not have to enter the password. However, anyone who joins the meeting by entering the meeting ID within the Zoom app will have to input the password. The benefit of setting up a meeting this way is that potential trolls who try to guess at active meeting ID numbers will not successfully gain entry to your meeting if it is password protected. Again, obviously, be careful with whom you share the meeting ID number, password, and URL. To create the most secure Zoom meeting, employ the above, but also enable the meeting's waiting room here. This provides the meeting host with the ability to admit or deny entry to participants on an individual basis. As users join the meeting, they are faced with a message that tells them that they are in the meeting's waiting room and that the meeting host will let you in soon. And that looks like this. From the host's perspective, it would appear like this. Corey has entered the waiting room for this meeting, and I can admit that individual here. You can also click on Manage Participants, and you can see that there is one person waiting in the waiting room and one person in the meeting, and that's me. So at this point, I can choose to admit or remove this person. I'm just going to remove him because he's a terrible person. Additional security measures include requiring users to authenticate before joining a meeting, as well as requiring users to register in advance. You can see the require authentication option here, and you can see the registration requirement here. This is fine for users who have access to, or the authentication aspect is fine for users who have access to Zoom with their Western credentials and who are aware that they need to sign in with SSO, single sign-on, but will prevent users from joining the meeting who do not have a Zoom account. Also, registration is useful for meetings where a limited number of people will be admitted, but not terribly practical for normal, everyday sorts of meetings. There are some other options within Zoom's general settings that can help hosts secure their meetings and the content that is displayed therein. I'll show you that now. To access Zoom's general settings, log into your Western Zoom account at westernuniversity.zoom.us and click the Settings button on the left margin. From here, you can change many of Zoom's default settings for the meetings you create. Let's scroll down here. Of particular note are the option to play a sound when participants join or leave, and the option to disable screen sharing for participants by default. So you'll see as I scroll down here, play a sound when participants join or leave. You can enable that to be heard by the host only. And a little bit farther down, you can see who can share. Right here, allow host and participants to share their screen or content during meetings. Who can share? Host only or all participants. Now, it's worth noting that within the Zoom app, this setting with regards to sharing can be changed as well on the fly. You'll see beside the screen share button the advanced sharing options, and then you can choose from here who can share and who can't share. Well, I hope this has been helpful. As always, if you require assistance with Zoom or have other technology-related questions, you can always reach out to King's ITS by completing the ITS work request form at kings.uwo.ca/ITS. This is the quickest and most efficient means of getting the help you need. Again, my name is Corey. Have a great day.